we're going to do poached eggs. I think they're lovely to do, and we're going to do them two ways. I'm going to use a mechanical device, and Jacques is going to use his own hands and ingenuity. So I like to give the eggs a 10-second boil, and I first poke a hole in the large end with a little push pin.
Yes.
Because there's air in the large end, and that expands, and it could crack the egg.
That's right.
So we got our boiling water, and we got to count to 10 seconds, which is 1,000, 2,000.
3,000. For this is a good idea.
4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000.
This will give you a little bit of a shell on the outside so that they hold their shape better.
That's what we hope.
That's great.
Then I'm going to use the oval perforated metal egg poacher. But you can't. It's hard to find them now because people have become so scared of eggs.
So that's...
You know, that's held pretty nicely, hasn't it?
Yes.
I
can already see your eggs are going to be better than mine. Well, you know what? We forgot. Put a little bit of vinegar in there.
But then that's going to be in mine, too.
Oh, well. You mean you don't put vinegar in yours?
No, you don't need to with mine, but that's okay.
I think it holds the shape, you know, a little better.
Yeah.
So,
well, it does help.
You break. What we do, I break it on something flat, then open it very close to the water. You know, you want to open it close to the water so you don't burn yourself. Now, what I'd like to do with my egg here is to drag it. You know, drag the top like this. We have several eggs cooking. And if I drag the eggs with the slotted spoon here, it moves it from the bottom. And as soon as it moves from the bottom, then it stays in suspension and cooked. Otherwise, it may stick a little bit. There is another factor that we have here. You have to have enough water. And we have about, well, I would say 4 inches of water, something like this. So this poached, what, 4.5, 5 minutes. It depends on how you like your eggs.
No, I actually think 4.
4 minutes.
Well, I'm going to say this is done.
This is done, so you slide it in cold water. We put them in ice water. It stops the cooking and it washes up the vinegar also. So now I will cool
that looks lovely, Jack.
mine. You say, touching
No,
just
that
the
looks
spring
very
back
well.
a little bit. We put them here.
Well, that came out beautifully, and it looks very eggy.
2, 3. Now, what happened there, when your eggs cool off, you can pick one up. I mean, not yours because they were done in a thing, but the one that I did by itself, and you will see that there is something hanging around. So we trim this a little bit.
That looks lovely.
And the point is that this is the bottom of the egg, this is the top. As you see, slightly different. There is always one side which looks better than the other. You see, it's quite soft.
Yeah, that's lovely. Now, we haven't talked enough about this salmonella business. I think when you buy eggs, be sure that you buy them from a place that sells a whole lot of eggs and keeps them always refrigerated. And then you yourself, these are still chilled, but you don't take your eggs in a bowl like this and keep them out. They should be in the refrigerator all the time until you're ready to cook them.
I think that's important, yes.
That's very, very important. Take them seriously. Okay, now what?
We do Hollandaise now?
Hollandaise, good.
Classic Hollandaise. All right, I have a couple of egg yolk here, and I'm going to put a little bit of water in there and a little bit of lemon juice.
A tablespoon each of lemon juice?
Yes, well, about a tablespoon altogether. And what you want to do, you want your egg yolk to be cooked enough. Often people are so afraid of cooking those egg yolk that actually they are not cooked enough, you know. But of course, you want to be careful not to do scrambled eggs. So, you know, sometimes you move them out, you move them back in when you feel that it's going a bit too fast.
You have to cook it enough so it'll thicken.
As you can see, now it's starting cooking. I start seeing in between the strike of the whisk, start seeing the bottom, you know?
It definitely is thick, too, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm removing it there. I think that this is cooked enough.
Looks that way.
That part of the Hollandaise we call the sabayon. And sometimes we use that to add to a fish sauce and all that. So here, should be really kind of off the heat to start putting your butter.
And that's so terribly important, just little droplets at first. Because if you put in too much,
good. And if you start getting too thick, as mine is getting thick here, put a little bit of warm water.
And that's really taken, hasn't it?
Yeah. You want to put a little bit of salt in there? Give me a dash of salt. And I like a little dash of cayenne.
Oh, okay. That gives it a prettier color.
Yes. Whoop, that's good. Beautiful. Okay, so we can finish our eggs now.
We'll start with the Eggs Benedict.
Okay,
And I think that's usually done on an English muffin, but I think the English muffin is a little bit tough to cut. I'd much rather have a nice brioche bread and cut a circle out of it.
All right. I'm putting the eggs to rewarm there. You know, another thing that we have, which is very classic here, to show you, I have some truffle here.
Oh,
and,
nothing wrong with them.
Look at that. Beautiful black tuberum, melanosporum, the black truffle of Périgord. So we put a couple of slices. This is a truffle slicer. This is extravagance.
Yes,
if you don't have it.
Well, why not, as long as you have it?
Yes, as long as. And we just warm up the truffle with a little bit of butter for a minute or so. That's about fine. And they get darker like this, and they get a bit soft.
That's lovely.
So I leave them here.
Oh, wait, no, what do we do?
Now we're practically ready.
There, here's your piece of toast. And then we put a little ham on it. This is a kind of a prosciutto ham, which I think is nice. Put in one of your eggs right there.
I don't know whether it's yours or mine, but beautiful. So a bit of the Hollandaise sauce. And of course, this is very delicious. We put our pieces of truffle on top.
Which you don't have to do, but it's nice if someone's given you some.
As long as it's there.
That's lovely.
Beautiful, yes. Okay, this is the classic Egg Benedict, right? See here, if you break it, you can see the inside of the yolk. It's just about the right way, right?
That looks just lovely, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You don't have any of the toast with it. I think one forgets
I haven't eaten
how good Hollandaise is.
I was just going to say that. I haven't eaten that Hollandaise in quite a while. You don't do that all the time, but when you do it and do it properly, it is good.
Delicious.
Now, for the ostrich, you were kidding with the electric saw, right?
I was.
All right, so how are we going to cut it? I'll hold it for you.
Well, put on your goggles.
Yeah, I think it's a good
Who knows
idea.
what's going to happen?
Not know what's going to happen. Okay. That's it.
That's it. Oh,
Look at that egg. It's incredible. The yolk, look at the side of that yolk.
That's incredible.
My God.
Now we're going to scramble it, are we?
I can take this out now.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. I mean, look at the size of that quail egg, next to it. So what we're going to do is, you can make at least 4 or 5 omelettes of what we did this morning. Or one of those big potato omelets.
Take a great big one like this.
Yeah, I would say that this is probably, at that point, 1.5 dozen of eggs that amount to this, you know. Okay, here I think I'm going to put it in there. And we're going to do a big omelette or scrambled eggs with this, right?
It's going to take quite a while to make, Jack.
So let's relax and enjoy it.
Have a little glass of wine.
Yes.
And a bon appetit.
And happy cooking.
We'll probably be here next time still cooking this egg.